stop using this feature. If you're still using a shot meter in NBA 2K26, you're actually making shooting harder than it needs to be. 2K themselves have confirmed that turning your shot meter off gives you a boost to your shooting. Do you want to be a demigod or a semi-god? Today, we're putting that to the test. First, button shooting with a meter. Second, button shooting without a meter. Third, rhythm shooting with a meter. And fourth, rhythm shooting without a meter. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which setup gives you the best chance to green consistently. Never miss, turn to a demigod, nobody will crash out on your team. Let's get into it. I know, turning the shot meter off sounds intimidating, especially if you've been playing 2K for years. Most of us learn how to shoot by staring at that little meter every single possession. So naturally, it feels weird when it's gone. But after spending a lot of time testing every possible setup, I honestly don't think I'd ever turn it back on. And I'm recommending you guys to never even start with it on. Like, don't even get into this. Don't jump in it. And today, I'm going to explain exactly why. Now, before we jump into the settings, I want to show you guys something that a lot of people either forgot about or never even saw. This came directly from Mike Wang, the gameplay director for NBA 2K. He said, your opponents and teammates won't see your shot meter online in NBA 2K24. But my advice is to turn off the shot meter as soon as you learn your timing. Shot meter off increases your green window size by 20%. So this isn't just random YouTube tip or community rumor or anything like that. This came straight from him. This came straight from one of the people who actually works on the gameplay. And if the gameplay director is recommending you turn the meter off as soon as you learn your jumper, that's probably advice worth taking. So let's jump into the settings, turn the meter off, and then put all 4 shooting methods to the test. If you've never changed the setting before, here's exactly where to find it. Pause the game, go over to features, open the HUD settings, and right here you'll see shot meter. Now before we turn it off, let's actually take a look at some of the different meters they give us. Scroll through every option. I've definitely seen people using this one online. This one honestly isn't bad. This one's probably one of the cleaner looking ones. This one feels way too distracting for me, so don't do that. At the end of the day though, they all accomplish the exact same thing. They're just different ways of showing your release timing. But today, we're shutting it off completely, so it doesn't matter anyways at all. So let's keep going. I think that a lot of people misunderstand why turning the meter off actually helps. It isn't because the game magically makes you a better shooter overnight. It forces you to stop reacting and start learning your jumper. When the meter is on, your eyes naturally follow that moving bar. You wait, you react, and then you release. But online, there's almost always a little bit of delay. So now you're reacting to something that might already be behind. When you turn the meter off, your attention completely shifts. Instead of watching a meter, you start watching your player. The jump, the wrist, the release. The exact point the ball leaves your player's hands. And those become your timing cue. The more games you get on, the more your brain starts memorizing the animation. And eventually, you stop thinking about timing. You just know. And that's when shooting starts feeling natural instead of forced. You want that natural reaction. You don't want to keep having to think about, is this meter gonna fill up to the top? Am I lagging? Is this delay real? The delay's real. Don't question nothing. The delay is very real, so pay attention. Let's start with the setup that most players are probably using. Button shooting with the shot meter turned on. Side face, because that sucks. I'm gonna take 10 shots and see how consistent it feels. One thing that I noticed is that I'm staring at the meter instead of actually watching my player's animations. And not even on purpose. Well, it is on purpose, but it's because I see it. My eyes keep seeing the meter and they can't ignore it. It's like my brain is saying, there's something right there, you gotta look at it because you're human. So this isn't working. And that's something I never realized until I started comparing these side by side. But either way, we're not moving on until we make 10 of these shots. So don't move on to the next section until you see 10 made shots out of yourself and or me. Matter of fact, both. We need 10 shots. Let's get it right now. Put them up. Let's go. Fancy seeing you here. That means you made 10 shots with that previous method. Let's jump right into the next one. Let's run the exact same test, but this time, button shooting without the meter. The first couple shots definitely felt weird. Your brain almost wants to look for something that's not even there because it already knows it should be there or could be there or was there or blah 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 blah. After a few attempts, you naturally start focusing on your player's animation instead, which is a great sign. It already feels a lot smoother, just a little random, especially when you just came from looking at a meter. It almost forces you to trust yourself instead of waiting for a bar to tell you when to release. Listen to your inner self. But with this one, we're doing the same exact thing. You need to get at least 10 shots up without missing. Back to back, to back to back, to back to back, or we're not moving on. You can't move on until you get up 10 shots with this method. The button shooting without a meter. Good luck, let's go put them up. Great to see you here. That means you got those last 20 shots up. So I've made a lot of shooting videos, especially rhythm shooting videos recently, so I definitely had to include this test. Rhythm shooting already has its own timing and tempo, so adding a shot meter on top of that almost feels like information overload. You're trying to watch your animation, but you're also trying to watch a moving meter. And personally, I just don't think those two things work very well together. Matter of fact, they don't work at all together. Your brain is doing too much at once. But above all, I still recommend rhythm shooting over button shooting any day. Like, this is a meter video, but we can go back to the shooting for a second. Rhythm shooting over button shooting 10 times out of 10. But as always, get 10 shots up because we're not moving on until you put up 10. Back to 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 back. Let's go, put them up, let's get it, we're not moving on. Boom, 10. Wow, you just put up 30 shots in different shooting strategy styles, or I don't care how you word that, but you know what I mean. So finally, good stuff. Rhythm shooting with no meter is the next one. This is honestly where everything started clicking for me. Now I'm only focused on one thing: my player's animation, my rhythm, my timing. I'm not dividing my attention anymore. And I think that's exactly why rhythm shooting feels so much smoother without the meter. It almost feels like that's how rhythm shooting was designed to be played no matter what. You just gotta look at one animation and you're gonna get instantly rewarded. One thing, not a million things, one thing, and you should be good. But I also completely understand why so many people don't want to turn the shot meter off. We've been using one for years. It's comfortable, it's familiar. So when people tell you to shut it off, your first reaction is probably, there's no way that's actually easier. And honestly, I felt the exact same way at first. The first few games, I missed shots. I questioned whether I should just turn it back on. But once your brain starts trusting your player's animations instead of a meter, everything changes. You stop second guessing. You stop waiting. You stop chasing the perfect release. And instead, you start shooting naturally. And I think that's the biggest difference. So let me stop yapping for this section. Let's get up 10 shots because we're not moving on until we get up those 10 shots again with this method. Rhythm shooting without a meter. This is the final level. This is the final step. You're a demigod at this level. You need to get 10 shots up, back to back, to back to back, to back to back, to back to back, to back, without moving on, okay? We're not moving on until you get those. Let's go, boom, 10 shots up, boom. can't believe it. You made 40 shots with different shooting strategies and you're still here. So after testing all 4 setups, here's how I'd rank them. Button shooting with the meter, still good for beginners, but I personally wouldn't stay there forever. Button shooting without the meter, a huge improvement, but also wouldn't stay there forever. Rhythm shooting with the meter, it works, but there's a lot going on, so not that I wouldn't stay there forever, but I don't want to be there at all, okay? But I think the meter actually gets in the way, so I'm being serious. Don't do that. And finally, rhythm shooting without the meter, the final level, the demigod level. For me, and most people that shoot in 2K, that's the best shooting setup in NBA 2K26 by far. No question, no conversation, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, none of that. If you've never tried turning the meter off, give yourself 5 or 10 games. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. Give yourself at least 5 or 10 games. Don't judge it after 2 possessions. Actually commit to learning your jumper, and I honestly think you'll be surprised how quickly it starts feeling natural. And once it does, I don't think you'll ever want that meter back again. So before we wrap this video up, I also want to answer one question. I know some people are probably thinking, should everybody turn the shot meter off? And honestly, I don't think the answer is yes, which is surprising, right? If you're completely brand new to 2K, or if you've only been playing 2K for a couple days, I actually don't think there's anything wrong with keeping the meter on while you're learning. At that point, you're still figuring out how shooting even works. You're learning your jumper, you're learning different shot speeds, and you're learning how online latency affects your timing. And trust me, it affects it. But once you start feeling comfortable, that's when I'd recommend making the switch. Because the longer you rely on the meter, the harder it becomes to stop relying on it. And eventually, you don't want to be watching a bar. You want to be watching your player. I also think this is one of those changes that gets better every single game so far. I haven't really been into 2K for a while. It's been like 3 2Ks, I'll be honest, the last 3. But the first game is gonna feel terrible, I can tell you that. The second game starts feeling a little better, but by the 5th game, you're already thinking about it less. And before you know it, you completely forget the meter was even there. So don't quit after 2 missed shots. Give yourself a real chance to build that muscle memory. I promise it'll feel awkward before it feels natural, but once it finally clicks, I think you'll understand why so many experienced players refuse to turn it back on. And also, if you have a brain, I attached a screenshot in here from the gameplay director of 2K that literally tells us that you get a boost by shutting off the meter by at least 20%, or maybe at most 20%. Either way, you get a boost. So if you see that picture and you're still questioning on whether you should shut it off or not, I think this is the wrong place for you. I'll be honest, this might be the wrong place for you. But everyone that did watch, I sincerely appreciate you and I love you. But till next time, I'm gonna need y'all to go to the website, listen to the music, buy the merch, and most importantly, stay alive.
Oh, my endless drone. She a ballerina, not a bar.